75,000 years ago, humanity faced its greatest trial. Not a war, not a meteor, but something far more silent and far more deadly. A supervolcano erupted, one so massive it nearly erased us from existence. This is the story of how humans almost went extinct, and how the few who survived changed the course of life forever. Because if things had gone just slightly differently, you wouldn't be here to hear this story. Before disaster struck, our ancestors, early Homo sapiens, had already begun spreading across Africa. They hunted, gathered, and thrived in small tribes, using tools, fire, and language. Life was fragile, but balanced. Then, around 75,000 years ago, in what is now Indonesia, a mountain called Toba began to tremble. Toba wasn't just any volcano. It was a supervolcano, one capable of releasing thousands of times more energy than any eruption in recorded history. When it finally blew, it ejected 2,800 cubic kilometers of ash into the sky, enough to bury entire countries. The explosion was heard across continents. Ash and sulfur filled the upper atmosphere, blocking out sunlight. Days turned into twilight. Temperatures plummeted by nearly 10 degrees Celsius. Crops failed. Ecosystems collapsed. Rain became acid. It was called a volcanic winter, and for humans it became a fight for survival. Scientists believe that after Toba's eruption, the global human population dropped to as few as 1,000 breeding pairs. That's smaller than the number of people on a single cruise ship. Imagine it. The entire human species reduced to just a few thousand individuals, scattered and starving. And yet, some survived, most likely in East Africa, where pockets of food and fresh water remained. These people lived through years of freezing nights and darkened skies, passing on their strength and their genes to future generations. Genetic studies show that almost every person alive today descends from those tiny bands of survivors. It's called a genetic bottleneck, a moment when the diversity of our DNA nearly vanished. That's why, even though there are billions of us now, we're surprisingly similar at the genetic level. We all carry echoes of that near extinction inside us. Eventually, the skies cleared. The earth began to heal, and humanity emerged from the shadows. The children of those survivors started to explore again, walking out of Africa, spreading across Asia, Europe, and beyond. With every migration came innovation: stone tools, cave art, fire rituals, storytelling. Perhaps our brush with extinction made us smarter, more cooperative, more creative. Maybe that's what pushed us to build, to make sure we'd never be that vulnerable again. But imagine if the Toba eruption had been just a little stronger. If every tribe had perished in the darkness, the world would still have elephants, lions, maybe even Neanderthals. But not us. No art, no science, no cities, no stories, just silence. The difference between extinction and survival came down to a few thousand heartbeats. The people who refused to give up. Every human alive today is part of their legacy. From the first sparks of fire to rockets leaving Earth, every invention, every dream traces back to those who survived the winter. Our species is fragile but also unstoppable. We've faced near annihilation before, and we came back stronger. We are the descendants of survivors, the living proof that even in the darkest times, humanity endures. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more stories about how fragile and extraordinary our species truly is.